Alright, so if you don't know the news, Forever 21 is officially going bankrupt and probably gonna close all their stores. Today, we'll be talking a little bit about the history of Forever 21, why I think they're going out of business, and a little crash course on this multi-billion-dollar company. My name is Roman, aka Young Bizwiz, and let me talk to you about the Forever 21 situation that I guess really isn't forever. So, Forever 21 started in 1984. Their owners were Dong Wan Chang and Jin Suk Chang, and they started as a great story for immigrants having the American dream in America.
Back in the day, Forever 21 embodied the American dream. In 1981, Jin-suk and To-won Don Chang moved to Los Angeles from South Korea with no money, no college degrees, and speaking little English. To make ends meet, Jin-suk worked as a hairdresser, while Don worked as a janitor, pumped gas, and served coffee, until he noticed that the people who drove the nicest cars were all in the garment business. So 3 years later, with $11,000 in savings, the Changs opened a 900 square foot clothing store called Fashion 21.
Because of their success, it's a great story. They came over to America as Korean immigrants, started up a store, it grew in popularity, and then they came across nationwide in all different types of malls. If you've ever been to a mall, you've probably seen Forever 21. And what they're really known for is like this pricely, and what they're known for is this kind of cheap fashion brand design where they have affordable fashion design and people love buying it because of the affordableness while still looking stylish. And so the big thing here is, most notably in 2015, they had over $4 billion in sales, and the co-owners of Forever 21 were worth about $3 billion a piece, which is about $6 billion in total in 2015. Now, they do have competitors like H&M or whatnot, but it's kind of like the same idea. They have cheap fashion wear designs. They're in all malls in America, and people buy them because they don't want to put a dent in their wallet when they go buying fashion products. Now, what ends up happening here is now they're bankrupt and there's a little bit of a gap, about 10 years or so, give or take. And what has happened in 10 years to go from making millions of dollars, selling billions of clothing in a year, into going and filing into bankruptcy? Well, I'll dive into it a little bit deeper, but first, let me talk to you about what's happened in the last few years. So I'm going to give you my theory as to why they went out of business and what they've also said from their lawyers, actually. And if you don't know, TikTok Shop and Temu both make about $20 billion off of the US economy, okay? They make $20 billion last year alone. TikTok Shop makes about 15 to 20 billion, while Temu makes 20 to 25 billion. And this is online fashion shopping, okay? We all know that fashion shopping is a big thing, among girls, guys, etc. And people, with inflation going up, don't have as much money to spend on expensive clothing. And I think personally, if people don't have as much money to spend on clothing, they're gonna try to find the cheapest way to show off. Personally, I have some clothing here or there. This fashion design here is just a plain white long sleeve t-shirt. And I mean, hey, I like wearing it. It looks comfortable on me. It probably has a stain here or there, but I like wearing what I like wearing. And with Temu being basically Chinese outsourced products and TikTok Shop arguably being about the same thing, you can get pretty good fashion equipment. You can get pretty cheap fashion accessories and clothing from these locations while having pretty quick delivery without even having to leave your house. And so with fashion and people buying more and more in the last decade or so online, more and more they're doing their shoppings and clothing shoppings online, people don't even have to go into stores. And like I said, Forever 21 is like a big staple in the mall industry. And in malls, you have to go inside a mall to actually go inside a Forever 21 store. So if you're not going into the store to buy clothing and you're doing it online, well, Forever 21 really can't make money off of you now, can they? So with this in mind, you can kind of see where the shift happens and why Forever 21 is closing. Now, it seems that in a press conference release from their lawyers, that they also said there's a special tariff of some sorts that have allowed companies like Temu, Alibaba, and TikTok Shop to really take over in such a short amount of time. And when you put all the pieces together, it kind of makes sense why Forever 21 is really going out of business. And it just kind of signifies how you know, the business change, how consumers change, how everything changes in the business world so quickly. And so because of that, you know, with these tariffs or whatever being pressed upon Forever 21 goods, they simply just cannot compete with the competitors, which are sending in products for way cheaper. And why would you get something that's just a little bit more expensive, but it's basically the same product? And you don't have to even go to the store, they'll ship it to you. Like, it just seems like a win-win for the consumer. And so with that in mind, you know, Forever 21, you know, they are $15 million. You know, Forever 21 has over 15 million followers on Instagram. I think it's kind of funny because I went on their Instagram today and, you know, you got people going, hey, are you guys going to address your bankruptcy? People being outraged, people being upset, like, no, Forever 21, she's my Oni-chan, or something. And I just think it just shows you that times are always changing. And personally for me, I think with all the tariffs that are going on with America and all these other countries and all the import taxes that are going on, companies right now are trying to figure out what they can do to minimize cost, damages, and reductions, offset everything, and just in general, figuring out what the next big moves are, because people that can capitalize on this situation are going to make a lot of money, and people that don't know what to do are just going to be left in the dust with the old ways. And so that's what I'm going to end the video off with. What do you guys think about the whole situation? Did you guys ever shop at Forever 21? Have you even heard of the brand? What do you think about them going bankrupt? And do you think my theory holds some weight? Let me know in the comments below. It seems like a lot of companies that are well known are going out of business. You know, I just made a video about Skype closing in May. Now Forever 21 is going out of business. Both of these being multi-billion-dollar companies and, you know, staple brands in American households. Let me know what you think in the comments below. My name is Roman, aka Young BizWiz, and hope you have an awesome rest of your day. And check out my next video, which will probably be soon, or previous one about Skype. Have a great day. Peace. And what the Forever 21 lawyers are saying is that basically, if you import goods to America for less, if you import goods into America for less than,
You're making a video.
yes.
Why don't you put a sign here that says you're
Close the
making a video?
door. Close the door. Ah, please close the door.
So good.
So